So we guess we kind of answered this question, but I'll give you an opportunity to respond to it. So how does looking back at these olfactory technologies help pave new and innovative technologies for the future?
I mean, it's interesting to see how people solve basic challenges of creating scent output. So mostly we're looking at output devices. Electronic noses and olfactory sensing is another challenge, and that's also a very active area of research, and that's fascinating. But what we've been mostly doing is looking at output devices, and sure, there's definitely ways in which we can see how a particularly innovative system worked, and how people thought about the basic challenges of like vaporizing, right? That's one of the main things that an olfactory display does is, olfactory output device is simply to get scent into the air. And there's different ways that can happen. And so that's been really helpful to see that, to see and to think about how that would shape a particular kind of experience, how a particular output sort of technology would solve some of the problems with they're really common in scent, which is like scent buildup and persistence in a space. And how do we think about that challenge? What lessons have been learned about that? And you just go back to ask people these questions and they have all sorts of ideas. So, I mean, the main problem is no one's gone back and asked them before.
But that's a common issue with olfaction or with smell, right? That it's completely happened in the past that olfaction has been used in media design or in many other places, right? But it's kind of gone brushed over or pushed aside, and then
Yes.
someone has to think about going back to ask these people who have done it
Yeah.
or remember or find. And so a lot of the time when you ask like these researchers like yourself, it's like, oh, one day I was just reading something and all of a sudden it made sense. Like I found someone who was doing something and thought, oh, well, maybe I should go talk to them, because you don't really just it's not in your face all the time that that smell is happening or that olfactory design is happening. It's not always around. So it takes some find treasure hunts to find these kinds
Exactly.
of things.
And it's a good treasure hunt.